Good morning, and thank you all for watching and tuning in today. I'm here with Jim Accurso from the SBA, Small Business Administration. Thank you so much, sir, for being here this morning.
You're welcome.
We greatly appreciate all that you guys are doing here in our community. We want to welcome you to Newton County. Can you tell us just a little bit about what you're doing here in the community? We know that we was impacted by a storm that hit the southern eastern part of our community. Mm-hmm. And I know you guys are here to kind of help. Can you tell us just a little bit about the things that you are doing and the services that you're offering, please?
I could sure do that, and I thank you for the opportunity, and I thank you for for talking with residents of Covington and Newton County. Mm-hmm. So the Small Business Administration, I am a public affairs specialist with the Office of Disaster Resiliency and Recovery. Okay, so what we do is we come in accord with FEMA. So FEMA comes in when there's a presidentially declared disaster, as there was here in Newton County, because of the tornadoes that hit on the 12th of January. We come in and we set up our business recovery centers. We are also on site at disaster recovery centers with FEMA, and we are there to provide our loan program to homeowners and to businesses. So folks, because of the name Small Business Administration, think that we only help businesses. That's not correct. We help homeowners and renters as well, Chairman.
Hey, that is amazing. Can you say that one more time? Because I think there's been a lot of confusion about who can get help, who actually can be approved to get help.
Yep.
So can you make that statement one more time for the people here?
Yes. So if your home or damage if your home or business was damaged by the recent tornado, we can help with low interest loans to fund repairs that are not covered by insurance or other sources, and these are offered to eligible homeowners, renters, businesses, and nonprofit organizations in Newton County and in the surrounding counties. Again, because of the presidential nature of this declaration, there are 7 declared counties where we provide all of those loans. Newton is one of those 7.
Wow. Now, can you tell us, now we do have an office, you guys have an office here in Newton County. Can you tell us where you're set up at?
We're at the FA-FCCLA camp, and we are there, again, with FEMA. So FEMA's, it's called a Disaster Recovery Center, but we are on site there operating our Business Recovery Center. And so folks go in. What they need to do for the process is to go in and talk to a FEMA rep, register with FEMA, see what they are eligible for. They will then be referred over to SBA to apply for our loans. Okay. So our loans for homeowners, we will provide coverage up to $200,000. Renters, we will provide, and that's for property damage. Renters up to $40,000, and that's for contents of their home, and including automobiles. And what folks need to know is they'll go through the loan process with us, and if they're found eligible, within a couple of weeks they'll get a letter from us that the loan is going to be dispersed, and they may have their first outlay of money within about 4 weeks. Now, if somebody is awarded a loan, they are under no obligation to take it. And we know a lot of folks don't want to take on a loan, but our loans are long-term and low interest rate, 3% and less. In fact, right now, all the loans that we are writing are deferred for 12 months, and they're interest-free. So interest is not accruing even though even during that 12-month deferral time.
Wow.
One other point I want to make, there's no fee to apply for an SBA loan. So our loans are underwritten by the U.S. Treasury.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, so can you talk a little bit about the criteria that it takes to be approved for a loan?
Another good question. It's typical to any normal loan that they would go to a banker for. So their financial information, they need to bring their business statements. They need to bring have their social security number, and any and all paperwork that they need to have with them. If they don't have it that day, Our trained customer service rep will tell them that right away. Before it gets filed on in, goes into the system and gets headed up to where it gets reviewed by a loan officer.
Okay.
At our one of our sites.
And how long did you say this process takes?
It can take about 2 to 3 weeks before they'll get some feedback, and then the money will flow down to them probably another couple of weeks after that. So we try to make it as quick as possible, and we encourage folks to be as complete with their information when they do make that initial application, so that there are not any holdups. Many times when folks they'll get a letter back from us that they have to reconsider or appeal, it's because they don't have the full load of paperwork that they need.
Okay.
But again, if they come in and talk to us, now there's also an opportunity to apply online. I want to let folks know that at disasterloanassistance.sba.gov. But we encourage them to come into the center and actually talk to someone. We're there 6 days a week, and we want to help.
Okay. So how long so I know that the tornado came in on the 12th. So how long will you guys be here, and how long will you be offering those services?
Another great question. So we'll be here likely through at least March 17th. So March 17th is the deadline to apply for the physical damage loans. The economic injury loans, the deadlines for those to apply is next October 16th, I believe. So we give a little more time for folks that may have had some economic injury to apply. It takes a while to, pull together maybe their statements of business. If they had any working capital losses and they want to be able to cover those. They've got until October to apply for the economic injury loans. But the physical damage loans for the homeowners and the renters and the businesses, the deadline to apply is March 17th. So that's, about 6 weeks from now. And so we encourage folks to get in there as soon as they can.
Okay. So we talked about the criteria for homeowners. What about small business owners? Is that the criteria the same?
No. Well, for businesses, we ask them that they bring in all the information that they need that show that they may have had some kind of a working capital loss. So maybe they weren't able to pay any bills, that had the disaster not occurred, or they weren't able to make payroll or any other fixed debts. So any and all paperwork that they can bring in, related to that, is going to help their cause and help the process move along much more quickly.
Man, I tell you what, we greatly appreciate you guys being here. Is there anything else that you would want the citizens of Newton County to know about the services that you offer? We would like them to know that, again, we are here for the long haul. We are here for in that, SBA, even though we may close the center in March 17th or after, and again, that date's not been determined. We're going to be here as long as we can. But once that center is closed, they can still work with us online. We're not going to just leave, up and leave the community. We are going to be here for the long term because we want to help them recover. Along those lines, that's why we've got the extended deadline on the EIDL loans. But again, if folks, if they apply, they get some information back from us. They don't like what the letter says. We encourage them to appeal. We encourage them to come in. If they get declined, if they're found not eligible, it's another point I need to make. If they're found not eligible for an SBA loan, they can then go back to FEMA for what FEMA calls their other needs assistance. So FEMA is going to meet their needs early on. We're going to meet them for the long haul with the loans. But if they're not found eligible for our loans, they can then go back to FEMA for other needs assistance. But regardless, our loans again are long term. So we're here for the long haul, and we want to make people whole. We know they've been through a lot, and your residents have been through a lot. Your businesses, it's tough. We see this. We go around the country from disaster to disaster. Okay.
It's unfortunate that Georgia and Alabama got hit by these kind of freak storms in January. So,
yeah.
But things are changing, right? The climate's changing. We're seeing different ways storms are hitting. So
we are. Can you, for those that cannot, do not have transportation to get to the FFA camp, can you tell us again the contact information
Yes.
or the website that they can go to?
Yep, so that website is disasterloanassistance.sba.gov. So that's the website.
Thank you,
okay?
sir.
And also, those that don't want to apply online, they can call 1-800-659-2955, and we'll send them a paper application,
Thank you.
okay? And then they can resubmit that, yeah.
Well, sir, listen, I told you I wouldn't hold you long, and I know you're a busy man, and you got a lot of more people to see. But I greatly appreciate the things that you're doing in our community, providing assistance for those that were affected by the storm. Again, this is Mr. Jim Accurso,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
And he's with SBA, and they are offering their services here in our community to help you guys out if you've been impacted by the storm. Sir, thank you so much again for being here. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you, Chairman, and I do appreciate the opportunity to get the word out.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.